On a rainy day at school, our protagonist hides inside one of the classrooms, panting and clutching at 2 pieces of candy. It's been 5 days, and that's all he has left. As he gazes at the candy, a sudden noise at the door jolts him, forcing him to retreat into a locker. Gripping a baseball ball tightly, he prays that there's only one zombie. But the door creaks and breaks open. There they are. Zombies. And not just one, but 4, far too many for him to handle alone. Resigned to his fate, he jokes to himself about how he never had this much attention from girls before. Just then, a voice cuts through the tension. There are people. Hope sparks within him. 2 girls are standing in front of the door, one holding a baseball bat. This time, is he saved? They made joke of each other, and forcefully barge in, making a whole scene. The protagonist was shocked from this. 2 high school girls made their entrance. They looked like delinquents from their outfits, but they sure are beautiful. The zombies immediately ran towards them, but they kept their cool and swung the baseball bat, killing one of the zombies in one strike. After killing a zombie, she still acts cute. Hey, women. But not an ordinary woman. She easily killed the zombies in the room with ease. It looks like she's not the only one out of the ordinary. The girl with black hair also manages to kill some with her swift movements. The question is, are they devils or angels? The girl with a baseball bat made the last hit, but unfortunately, the head of the zombie flies towards the locker. That's embarrassing. My boy made an awkward entrance for himself. They greeted each other, but to the protagonist's shock, she seemed to know his name, which was Sato from the baseball club. After cleaning up, they made their way to a safe place to regroup. The girl with a cool demeanor introduced herself as Sekigahara Miki, while the one who's a cute lad was Nakiri Karin. Our protagonist is Sato Masaru, and he sincerely said his thanks for saving his life, and complimented Miki for her outstanding performance. Although she said that it's easy, just swing it full force while aiming at their face or joints, it's not that easy, she's just abnormal. And for her to not hesitate, does she not have consequences? Sato then praises Karin. Her moves are smooth as if she's dancing. She dislikes the fact that he calls her Karin-chan, as they are not close, and shoves his praise as it is easy to avoid zombies by moving naturally. I guess they are not normal in a good way. Even if they have moves like that, once you're bitten, it's all over. Yet why aren't they scared? Are they really not normal? That aside, there is something that is bugging Sato. He points out, where a zombie that is tied up. Is that some kind of fetish or something? I guess we all have our taste. I won't judge. That aside, the question is, why is there a zombie being tied up? Karin easily answered this and said that she was doing experiments on it. Pushing the topic aside, she asked what is he doing inside an empty classroom. He explains that the zombies attacked him while he was in the back of the school building. Having no choice, he climbed up to the rain drainage and made his way to the old school building. She seems to easily believe it, as he has some good muscles and reflexes from playing baseball. My man thinks he hit the jackpot. Having 2 beautiful women by his side in the zombie apocalypse is a dream come true, isn't it? While still delusional, he thinks that she's his fan for the reason she knows his name. But her answer went from disappointing to shocking. She said that she had memorized the names and faces of the same year as her just recently. But he seems to know him already far before that. A once-star pitcher who loses to his junior and is now just an aimless loser who goes to the back of the school building to smoke with his friends. Sato is shocked by this information. She knows that he used his friends as a scapegoat to save himself. When the tension becomes thick, Karin breaks the silence and says at least he's alive. This gives Sato some kind of relief and asked if the help is coming. But Karin breaks that delusion with a bitter truth. Most of the overpopulated counties have been destroyed. But to Karin, this is an opportunity to build her own country. But let's be honest, a country? Really? With only the 3 of them, that's practically impossible. Sato made some sense with her, but instead of debating, they took him somewhere. It's one of the classrooms, and inside is filled with tied zombies. Shocking Sato, this is where she explains her plan to build a country. Zombies might be a danger to us, but for her, it's a blessing in disguise. They don't get tired, nor feel pain. Since they are dead, they have no free will. It's basically an unlimited source of energy. A perfect soldier. With this, her plan is to make a zombie kingdom. Kingdom of Z, where she is the queen. A once talented human can still be talented while being a zombie. It's what they call muscle reflex. With this knowledge, She hacks the teacher's computer and memorizes the faces and names of the students to find the most useful zombie. The question I asked earlier, is she an angel or a devil? Well, for Sato, she itself is the devil. Outside the school is nothing but a lawless land with no police or military. There is no help. They've already given up on fighting back. The place has become filled with crimes fighting over women and food. Shockingly, Karin actually studied to become a prime minister. But now that the world has turned to this, she now wants to conquer Japan. Miki claps in rejoicing that once that happens, she can finally do whatever she wants. It's good to be ambitious, but this is the reality and our boy is just a loser. But at least he still had the sense with him. Once the military saved them and they learned about this, he could have committed to crime. While our boy is thinking far too ahead, Miki walks up to him and suddenly asks if he's a virgin. Sato stuttered and immediately said no. They start praising him for his looks and genes. Confused, Karin answered that to populate the country they need to do it. The two of them, a three, while there are other survivors out there, and getting pregnant now is a no. No, he has to wait like a good boy. It's funny how our boy was scared of zombies and the military for crimes, and now got a clear motivation. And agreed. Then, suddenly, an alarm set by Karin rang once a zombie broke in. They were fairly calm about this news while our boy was panicking. Dragged against his will, they made their way to where the zombies were. In the dark room, 3 zombies made their way inside, and these zombies were once Sato's friends. But suddenly, their head vanished, and Miki was standing there with her baseball bat. Still confused, he saw Karin standing while looking down the window. She stares at him for a moment and looks down. Curious, Sato looks below. Below them is a zombie army lined up with a menacing number. Karin said that they were going to war, and Sato, for some reason, was now below together with the zombies. If he acts like a good boy, then he will receive a reward. Wakey wakey, the dream is over. He wakes up, in the computer lab where hundreds of phones are charging. He remembers his dream, but it wasn't a dream. It was true that they saved him yesterday and the fact that she planned to make an army of zombies. Trying to remember what happened yesterday's event, Miki answered that he fainted while wiping the blood on her hands. Our boy got his ass carried by a girl. That's embarrassing, lol. He reasoned that he was hungry, and since the topic was brought up, they decided to have breakfast from the food they took from the store. It may not be much, but it's enough to fill their belly. Oh, I judged too early. They already cleared out the main school building and even have access to the school's supplies and ingredients from the cookery class. Hesitant, but grateful for the food in front of him. He's been eating candies for 5 days after all. He asked how much food they have left. For the 3 of them, it's only 2 weeks worth. Making him spit the water from the news, but was that necessary? Is it because he's shocked? Whatever. The thing is, the once a month worth of food for the 2 of them is now only worth 2 weeks because of him. Reassuring him that it's okay, he still remembers his dream and wants to ask about it. Brushing the thought, he asked how they would ratio their food. Karin answered that they would look for more, and this scared Sato. What a man, lol. Even cavemen go hunt food if they're running low, yet you act like that. You are stupid, as those 2 said. Still scared, he reasoned that there were zombies out there. The ambitious Karin, if there are zombies, then that's the best place to start the kingdom of Z, isn't it? Acting like a scaredy cat, Karin had enough. Complaining and complaining, he does nothing but ask for his greediness but is scared to take the risk. Everything about his complaints is brushed off. After all, she is the queen. She uses her head, while he uses his body. These words from Karin made him remember the dream he had earlier. And of course, the reward. Oh, what a pervert you are, attaboy. He had a double meaning about what Karin just said. The first step to their plan is to deal with the zombies outside the school grounds. While the main building and the old school building are safe, she still plans to clear out the gym for showers. Our worries boy earlier is now thinking differently, are we? But when Karin said that he now needs to help, his face got funny, lol. Anyway, this is getting interesting, isn't it?